Kareen Barker, number 70, riding Ev75 Enzo. So we have seen Kareen earlier on today on Bodenhezen Acapulco. She currently has gone over number 1, the welcome jump, and have just popped over the tyres at number 2. They'll continue onto number 3 and 4, the brush log and log uprights, before heading on towards number 5 and 6, the big log tyres and the tyres. They then continue on to 7 and 8, the big log, before turning left-handed to the log and ditch at number 8, on towards the Hume pipes at 9, before taking a tight left-hand turn and crossing over at the hippo crossing at number 10, the uprights, before popping over number 11 and 12, the brushed upright, before heading on to the table, before they get to the Northern Farms water, the log before water and the log after water, going downhill over the house at 16, over the upright and over the last brush at 18. So Enzo is Kareen's younger horse. They've just gone up and onwards towards number 6, the tyres, after having gone over the log and tyres at number 5. Enzo absolutely loves cuddles, and if you give him a cuddle, he'll blow on your neck in order to give you goosies. He is out of Chivon Lolita, who was a 3-star eventer, and his father is Aragon, a very talented dressage horse. Also out onto track now, we have number 71, Michelle King, riding Arafo. They come out onto track with a total of 34.4 penalties, currently lying in 5th place, as they pop over the log brush and head up and onwards towards the log uprights. Kareen and Ev75 Enzo in the meantime now going down to the old crossing, where they will pop over jump number 10, the upright, before coming out on the other side of the crossing to go to the brush at 11. Arapo, ridden by Michelle King, is fondly known as Sky and is an ex-race horse in his first year of eventing, and he has absolutely taken to it like a duck in water. He is only rising 5 and has a very bright future ahead of him, and he thinks, as most eventers do, that dressage is a complete waste of time and the country is where it's at. So Kareen and Ev75 Enzo now coming down to the Northern Farms water complex, to the log before water, as they pop into there, into the water, and trotting very sweetly and popping over the log out as they make their way on towards the house. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a blue Mitsubishi, I know I said that wrong, don't laugh at me, that has its lights on. The license plate is DJ24RD. RP. Sorry. Your lights are on, so please go and turn them off, because no one's going to help you push home on Northern Farms. There are too many banks. Right, so Arapo over the log into water, straight into the Northern Farms water complex, and out and over the log as they make their way on towards the little house. As Beaumont Jupiter ascending with 39.6 penalties, currently in 6th place, and Celia Kelly go up and onwards towards the tyres at 6. 74 is now out on track. This is Kieran and Marco Polo. They are currently in 8th place with a total of 42.6 penalties after the dressage, heading out and on towards the log and brush at number 3. Just as Quapella, aka Potato, moves downhill towards the upright at number 10 and onwards to the brush at 11. Beaumont Jupiter ascending in the meantime, coming back into my line of sight as they make their way on towards number 9, the Hume Pipes. Pardon me, number 8, the Log and Ditch, as they now go on towards the Hume Pipes as Quapella. Number 74, Marco Polo, not far behind them as they go into the tree line after having gone over number 7, the Big Log, as they make their way to the Log and Ditch. Just as Quapella, after having gone over the house and the upright, goes on towards the last brush. Beaumont Jupiter ascending in the meantime, coming downhill to the table at 13 after having gone over the upright, popping over the table and on towards the Northern Farms Water Complex. They pop over the log into water, through the water and out over the log out as they make their way on towards the house. Marco Polo and Karen clear over the upright and going downhill towards the table at 13. Number 75 is now out on track. This is Renee Brinkman's second ride of the day. This is I Am Inga. They come out onto track with a total of 30.7 penalties after the dressage, making them the current leader of the class. Inga is an SA warm blood mare, and Renee has had her for just over a year, and this is her 4th ever eventing show and first ever 75s. So currently I Am Inga gone over the log and tires at number 5, now going into the tree line to number 6, the tires. Got to love eventing. Jump names are all so original. Right, our next horse out on track is number 76. Heidi comes out onto track with a total of 41.7 penalties after the dressage, currently lying in 7th. Heidi is a full height of 14.2, which is very small for an adult horse, but she makes do. She has done novice dressage and has now moved across to eventing. and is a level 4 Pirelli horsemanship graduate. If Timmy really wanted to, she could do all 3 phases of this course without a saddle and without a bridle, which is something that a lot of our riders can't say, and it is considered a high form of horsemanship. They go into the tree line and on towards number 7 and 8, the big log and log and ditch, where they'll come back into my line of sight. So at the moment, number 77 Attisbury going out onto track, currently lying in the bottom position as they make their way around track. So ultimately what they'll be doing today is aiming to get a clear round and do some good schooling. So I'm Inga, just going through the water out over the logs as they make their way now down towards the house. Number 76 Heidi making their way downhill towards the water jump just as number 77 Attisbury comes back into my line of sight as they pop over number 8, the log and ditch, and now make their way on towards the Hume pipe. Just as number 79, Michelle King's second ride, AWOL comes out onto track. They currently lie in 3rd place with 32.2 penalties after the dressage. AWOL is also referred to as Wally and is a firm yard favourite with a heart of molten gold. He is absolutely adored by everyone that meets him and is a dressage horse by trade, but he has never ever let Michelle down in the country. So they'll be looking to go around and stay on their dressage score in order to be competitive tomorrow in the show jumping. They've just gone over the brush and now make their way down towards number 12, the upright. 81 is now out on track. This is Hannah Minnie riding Rurik. They go out onto track with a total of 42.6 penalties after the dressage and have already gone over the tyres at number 2, making their way on towards the log and brush. No problems as they pop over there and head on towards the uprights. Just as AWOL and Michelle King Rurik going over the tyres and now going on towards, pardon me, going on to number 5, the tyres and log going on towards number 6, the plain tyres. They now go out of my line of sight on towards number 7 and 8. 8. 8 and 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 Number 82 is now out on track. This is Krishani's Nevada. They go out on track with a total of 33.7 penalties after the dressage, making them the current leaders of the Junior 75s. They've just popped over number 4 at the log uprights as they go on towards the log and tires at 5. Just as coming back over onto the side of Northern Farms is number 80 and 81, Hussey Maroney and Rurik. Number 80, Liam and Hussey Maroney have had a refusal at the log into water. Liam being overtaken by Hannah and Rurik as they make their way down towards the house. Number 82, Krishani's Nevada. Clear over the uprights, going through the old crossing and on towards the brush after the crossing. So just a correction, number 79, A-Wall, is currently out on track. They are about to go through to jump number 8, the Login Ditch. Also on track we have number 81, Rurik, who should have just passed through the finish. Number 82, Krishani's Nevada, coming down to the table as they pop over there and go on towards the water complex, as well as number 83, Duncan and DK Miraculous from the Northwest Province with a total of 52.8 penalties, who are making their way on towards the log and tires at number 5. As they pop over there and head on towards the tires at 6. Number 82, Krishani's Nevada, clear through the water complex and on towards the house. They go through there and now go around to the upright. A-Wall in the meantime, number 79. Clear over the upright at 12, making their way on towards the table at 13. Clear over the table and now making their way to the log into water. As A-Wall goes through the water complex, out over the log out and on towards the houses. As number 82, Krishani's Nevada, goes through the finish. Number 84, Lila and Just Liberty are out on track from the Gauteng province, currently in third with 39.4 penalties. They are popping over the log upright at number 4 and heading on towards the log and tires at 5. DK Miraculous, number 83. Clear over the upright at 12, making their way downhill to the table at 13. So they pop over the table and head on towards the log into water. Duncan just taking the time to check his stopwatch, which a lot of our venting riders use to indicate how far they are behind or over time. Number 85, Ethan Kutia on his second ride of the day on Up Above goes out onto track, currently in second place with a total of 36.1 penalties, whole of 2.4 penalties behind the lead. They've gone over the log and brush at 3 and now head uphill towards number 4, the upright logs. Number 83, DK Miraculous, heading on towards the upright, the second to last jump. So they pop over there and then head on towards the last fence, just as Ethan Kutia and Up Above making their way over the log and tires and now making headway uphill to number 6, the tires. Number 84, Lila and Just Liberty, crossing over and onwards towards the brush, just as number 86, Charming Charlie, also known as Loki of Asgard, goes out onto track. The total of 41.5 penalties after the dressage. They make their way off of the track. Coming to the water complex, lovely jump over the log into water is Just Liberty and Layla. They go through the water, out over the log out and onwards towards the house. In the distance, the grey all the way at the end seems to have had a refusal at number 8, the log, and will have to turn to represent. And now, our one and only pony rider going out onto track. This is Jody Slade riding Milo, coming out onto track with a total of 51.4 penalties, and I'm sure everyone can hear the support that little Jody gets from all of the spectators. She's popped over the welcome jump and makes her way on towards the tires at 2. Right, so Jody is making her way uphill after having gone over the log and brush at number 3. They've now gone over the log upright and make their way onwards towards the log and tires at number 5. Jody and Milo clear over the big log and tires at number 5, going onwards towards number 6, the tires. As they present and have a run out as they turn to represent for a second time. So again, what I was saying earlier, we do find that some of the riders or horses do not have as much experience as some of our more experienced riders and horse combinations. So this is all a learning curve in order to one day get to the higher grades. Jody now representing, coming down to a trot in order to get better control, and popping over as they now continue into the tree line to the log. You'll probably be able to find a lot of these gazebos at the show jumping tomorrow. We did have Hello Quality here earlier, but I see that they have packed away their gazebo, and it is well looking at the quality of the boots that they present. We also do have the Hatfield Motor Group set up below the arena. So if you would like to go and have a chat to the guys and girls there with regards to maybe your next future motor, you'll see some of the variety of cars that they have on offer scattered around Northern Farms, primarily at the water complex and below the arenas. Jody and Milo coming back into my line of sight after having gone over the upright, through the crossing and onwards towards the brush at 11. They've popped over the brush and now make their way downhill towards the upright at 12. Popping over the upright, they now continue downhill to number 13, the table. Lovely strong ride over there as they now continue on towards the Northern Farms water complex and to the log in and out of the water. They present to the log before water. Lovely big jump into there. Jody just telling Milo, hey, wait for me. As they go into the water. Got to love the high knees of the ponies when they go through the water. Out over the log out and down towards the house. They now pop over the house and take that left-hand turn to go towards the second to last upright. Over the upright and now heading on uphill towards the last brush. And clear over the brush as they make their way on towards the finish.